Morning students. Today we are going to discuss about the properties of eigenvalues or characteristic numbers of homogeneous integral equations of the Fredholm type. So the first property of the eigenvalues or the eigenfunctions is the characteristic numbers. The characteristic numbers are the eigenvalues of homogeneous Fredholm integral equation. Integral equations are real. The first property of the eigenvalues is that the eigenvalues corresponding to a Fredholm integral, homogeneous Fredholm integral equation are real. We have to prove that if the eigenvalues exist corresponding a homogeneous Fredholm integral equation, then these eigenvalues should be real. We have to prove this theorem. The proof of the theorem starts with the assumption of the homogeneous Fredholm integral equation. Let phi x is equals to lambda integral a to b kxt phi t dt. Kxt phi t dt. Here one more assumption is the characteristic number or the eigenvalues of symmetric kernel of homogeneous Fredholm integral equations are real. Let phi x is equals to lambda integral a to b kxt phi t dt is homogeneous Fredholm integral equation. Now it is given that the kernel is symmetric. Since kernel kxt is symmetric, if kxt is symmetric, then kxt is equals to k bar tx. It is given. Now we assume that we have to prove that the eigenvalue of the corresponding the homogeneous Fredholm integral equation are real. Let it possible, the characteristic number lambda is equals to lambda 0 is not real. Let it possible the characteristic number lambda is equals to lambda 0 is not real. It is not real, then it is imaginary. So let lambda 0 is equals to alpha plus iota beta number 3. Let lambda 0 is equals to alpha plus iota beta is a complex eigenvalue of the given symmetric kernel. Now lambda is equals to lambda 0 is the complex eigen number. Then corresponding to this lambda 0, the solution of the given integral equation will also be complex. So let g0x is equals to u plus iota v be the corresponding eigen or characteristic solution or characteristic function equation 1. So we assume that lambda 0 is equals to alpha plus iota beta be the given characteristic number which is not real, and corresponding to lambda 0 we assume that g0x is equals to u plus iota v, which is also complex, be the corresponding characteristic function or characteristic solution or the eigen solution of the given integral equation first. Now we see that if lambda 0 is the eigen value of the given kernel, then lambda 0 bar, that is the complex conjugate is of lambda 0 bar will also be the eigen value, and the corresponding g0 bar x, which is the complex conjugate of g0x, will also be the characteristic function of the given equation 1. So we know that lambda 0 bar is equals to u minus iota v, and g0 bar x is equals to lambda 0 bar x is equals to alpha minus iota beta, and g0 bar x is equals to u minus iota v will also be the corresponding eigen value and eigen function of 1. As we know that the complex conjugates of lambda 0 and g0x are the eigen value and the eigen functions of the given integral equations 1. Now as we see that g0x is the eigen function and g0 bar x is also the eigen function of the given homogeneous integral equation of the Prandtl type, then these equations or these functions will satisfy the given integral equations. Since g0x and g0 bar x are the solutions of 1, then these functions will satisfy equation 1. This implies g0x is equals to lambda integral a to b kxt gt dt. This is number 7. As g0x is the solution of the given integral equation, so it will satisfy the given integral equations, and g0x bar, which is also the solution of the given integral equation, is equals to, this is lambda 0, this is lambda 0 and this is lambda 0 bar, integral a to p k bar xt g0 bar t dt. Now interchanging x and t in 8, we get z0 bar t is equals to lambda 0 bar integral a to p k bar tx g0x dx. And since the kernel kxt is symmetric, as we have taken in equation number 2, so this is equals to lambda 0 bar integral a to b k bar xt g0 bar x dx. So from here we get integral a to b k bar xt g0 bar x dx is equals to 1 upon lambda 0 bar g0 bar t. This is number 9. As g0x and g0x bar are the solutions of the given homogeneous integral equation of the Fredholm type, then these functions will satisfy the given integral equations or given integral equations. So by these integral equations we have two results, equation number 8 and equation number 9. Now multiplying g0x bar, multiplying equation 7 by g0x bar and integrating with respect to x from a to b, multiplying 7 by g0x bar and integrating with respect to x from a to b. Multiplying this by g0x bar and multiplying with respect to x from a to b, we get integral a to b g0x bar g0x dx. This is equals to integral a to b g0x bar, and in the integral a to b, this is k bar, integral equation number 7 is lambda 0 a to b kxt zt dt. This is lambda kxt g0t dt, and then integrate with respect to x. Now changing the order of integration in the right hand side, we get integral a to b, this is lambda 0 rather, integral a to b. Here first we integrate this with respect to t and then with respect to x. Now changing the order of integration, if we integrate first with respect to x and then with respect to t, so we get this is g0t lambda 0 g0t, and inside the integral a to b g0 bar x kxt k bar xt g0 bar x dx, and then integrate with respect to t. Now using the equation number 9, which says that integral a to b k bar xt g0x dx, integral a to b k bar xt g0 bar x dx is equals to 1 upon lambda bar 0 g0t. So putting this value, we get this is equals to lambda 0 integral a to b g0t. The value of this one is 1 upon lambda 0 bar g0 bar t dt. So we get here a result that integral a to b g0x g0 bar x dx, this is equals to lambda 0 upon lambda 0 bar, lambda 0 upon lambda 0 bar integral a to b g0t g0 bar t dt, or this can be written as lambda 0 upon lambda 0 bar integral a to b g0x into g0 bar x dx. Or solving this one slightly, we get lambda 0 minus lambda 0 bar integral a to b g0x bar dx is equals to 0. As we have taken that g0x is the non-trivial or non-zero solution of the given integral equation, as G0x is non-trivial or non-zero solution of 1, then G0x bar will also not equals to 0. So G0x is not equals to 0 and G0 bar x is not equals to 0. This implies integral a to b G0x bar dx, this is not equals to 0. This is A, equation A. So from A, since lambda minus lambda 0, integral a to b gx g0 bar x dx is equals to 0. So either this is 0 or this integral equals to 0. But it is given that this integral is not equals to 0. So we get here lambda 0 minus lambda 0 bar is equals to 0. As lambda 0 is equals to alpha plus iota beta and lambda 0 bar is alpha minus iota beta. So putting these values we get twice of iota beta is equals to 0, or this means beta is equals to 0. So we have the eigenvalue lambda 0 which is equals to alpha plus iota beta, and here beta is equals to 0, so this is equals to alpha as beta is equals to 0. So lambda 0 is equals to alpha, that is lambda 0 is equals to alpha plus iota beta. The imaginary part in this lambda 0 is equals to 0. So lambda 0 is equals to alpha, which is the only real part. This means lambda 0 is real. So the characteristic number of the symmetric kernel is real. So we have proved here that if the kernel is symmetric, then the characteristic number or the eigenvalue of the given integral equation is real. Thank you very much.